Good morning, friendly faces of Kent. Today we're going to be making a festive tea light jar lantern. Square-sided jars are really handy as the pictures are easy to stick on the sides. Also, you could use little pots which come with chocolate puddings. These are really handy and they're salsa jars. When choosing the napkins, you're going to need two different types. You'll need one that has a picture on it, and then you'll also need one that's just a pattern. The pictures go on the inside and the patterns go on the outside. Once you've got your jar, place the napkin at the back and decide which pattern you're going to use. I think today we're going to use the stag on the square bottle. Paper napkins come in either 2 or 3 ply, which means they're made up of different layers. What you need to do is remove the back layer so that you're just left with a thin top layer. Rather than using scissors to cut your image out, use a wet paintbrush and go around the outside. Gently pull the image away from the rest of the tissue, and this will give you a nice frayed edge. Remove the backing from the other napkin and cut it to the height of the jar. The jar needs to be cleaned with alcohol to get rid of any sticky marks or grease. I'm sure we've all got hand sanitizer around the house at the moment, so you can just use that with a piece of kitchen roll. Apply PVA glue to the back of the jar. Take your image and turn it over so that it is picture side down onto the back of your jar. Use either cling film or a plastic bag to put over the top to press it down so that you don't tear the napkin. This will get out any wrinkles or bubbles. Use some more PVA glue to attach the image if it goes around the sides of the jar a little bit further. And again, use the cling film or the plastic to press it down. There is a little bit of patience involved in this because you do have to wait for the glue to dry before applying the next layer. Once it's completely dry, add another layer of PVA glue over the top and again let it dry. Put some white acrylic paint into a palette or onto a plate and then start dabbing it onto the jar with a sponge. Remember that you want to keep the front of the jar absolutely clear of paint, so only do around the back and the sides. Carefully turn the jar over and repeat on the base. Once the acrylic paint has dried, add another layer of PVA glue all over the paint. Place the napkin on top of a piece of plastic and then the jar on top. Use the plastic to pick the napkin up and mould it around the jar. Smooth it out to get rid of any wrinkles or bubbles. Once again, leave the napkin to dry completely before doing anything else. Once it's dry, you can trim off the front. Apply another layer of PVA glue to the top and the bottom and use the offcuts to cover. Once dry, trim off the excess and use a little bit more PVA glue to cover the edges. Go over the whole bottle with PVA to protect the napkin. Just use whatever you have to decorate the little window at the front of the jar. I had some little stick-on gems and some ribbon which I put round the top. And finish it off by adding a little LED nightlight. With this method, the sky's the limit. You can use any jar that you have. This one was a really large pickle jar that I had, which I've put poinsettia napkin inside, and I've used paint around the outside of the window using the dotting method that we used on one of our previous videos. This one I used the edging from the nutcracker napkin to put round the edge of the window at the front, and again added some paint. Thanks for following along. I hope you enjoyed today's activity. Join us next week when we'll be doing some more Christmas crafting. Bye!